Hi Year 2! Now today we're going to be learning about a brand new piece of punctuation. Now punctuation marks are things like full stops, capital letters, speech marks, little marks on your paper which we use when we write, and you'll see them in your books when you're reading as well. Now for today's lesson you're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil. So get yourself organised and then we can begin. So here is my writing line and here is the symbol, the punctuation mark that we're going to be looking at this week. Do you know what it's called? It's not called a comma, because remember that commas look like this, but they sit on the line, so it's not a comma. It's called an apostrophe. Now we can use apostrophes for two different reasons. The first reason is to show what we call possession, which we're going to look at later in the week. And the second reason is for something called contractions. Are you ready to be an apostrophe detective? Can you spot the apostrophes in this piece of writing? You can pause the video and have a good look yourself and press play when you're ready. Let's see if I can find some. There's one up here. Oops, try a different colour, shall we? Okay. There's one here. Is that an apostrophe? No, it's a comma, isn't it? But there is one here. Is that an apostrophe? No, it's a speech mark, isn't it? You're right. But there's an apostrophe. And there's another one, and another one. Is that one? No, that's a question mark. Here's another one. Here's another one. And I think that's all of them. If I've missed one, you have to tell me. So we can use our apostrophes for two different reasons. To show possession and for something called contractions. Now let's have a little look and see what contractions actually are. How many words can you see on my whiteboard? Can you see two? We've got the word did and not. Now to use an apostrophe for a contraction, what that means is shortening those two words to make one shorter word. So rather than saying did not, we can push those two words together to make one word. If I push did and not together, which new word would I make? Should we have a look? Did not. Didn't. Now can you see that as I've pushed them together, I've managed to squeeze out one of my letters? Which letter is missing in the word didn't? Which letter's been lost from the words did not? The O. The O's been squeezed out, hasn't it, as it's been shortened. Now to show that this O is missing, we have to use our apostrophe. So where that O should be, which is here, I can use my apostrophe to show that it's missing. So did not becomes didn't. Let's look at another one. So you should be able to see two words on my whiteboard again. We've got it and is. It is. I'm going to contract those words. I'm going to push them together, squeeze them together to make one shortened word. So rather than it is, I shorten that to, can you guess? It's. Which letter has been squeezed out when I've contracted it? This second I, hasn't it? Normally a vowel does get squeezed out, so that vowel is missing. And to show it's missing, I need to add my apostrophe where it should have been. So there it goes. It's. Your turn. Can you copy out the words onto your paper, and can you draw your arrow and work out how to contract these words? So I am becomes, they are becomes, and she is becomes. And don't forget to add in your apostrophe. Pause your video, have a go, and press play when you're ready for the answers. So let's push together I and am. Which letter do we think is going to get pushed out? Remember, normally it's a vowel. It's the A. And to show it's missing, I am becomes I'm. They are, when we push the words together, the A gets pushed out and replaced with the apostrophe. And there's my RE there. And she is becomes she's. This time my I has been pushed out and there's my apostrophe to show. Now sometimes when we make our contractions, more than one letter gets popped out, and sometimes that whole word can look completely different. So let's have a look at I will first of all. If I contract I and will together, it becomes the word I'll. So here's my I. Now as I squish it together, the vowel is going to pop out, but along with that vowel, the W also leaves. So we get the word I'll. So look at I have. What do you think I have would become? I have, I've. So here we go, there's my I. If I'm writing the word I've, which two letters do you think have been lost? Well, the A, the vowel's definitely lost, and this time the H goes with it. So there's my apostrophe, and there's my V and my E for I've. Now the word cannot is a long word, but we can shorten that using an apostrophe. Rather than say I cannot do that, you say I can't do that. Now I'm going to contract these, so a vowel will leave, but once again it's taking with it another letter. So rather than cannot, I'm going to write the word can't, and my apostrophe goes between the N and the T to show that those letters are now missing. Let's end the lesson with an Apostrophes quiz to test your knowledge of contractions. So you can either write the answer down or you can just shout it at the screen, it's up to you. It says, how would you add an apostrophe to join the underlined words? So the sentence says, she is the tallest girl in the class. Which she's has used the apostrophe correctly? If you said this one, then you were correct. Give yourself a point. I think he is out in the garden. So if we contract he is, which new word will it make? And how is the apostrophe used correctly? If you said this one, then you were correct. Give yourself a point. I have bought you your favourite sweet. I have needs to be contracted. What will that become? If you said I've and used the apostrophe correctly like this, then give yourself a point. I did not know where to go. The word did not needs to be contracted. What new word would it make? And how could we use that apostrophe correctly? If you said this one didn't, then you're correct. This one's used the apostrophe in the wrong place. This one's taking out too many letters And this one's used the apostrophe in the wrong place. And here's your final question. The sentence says, let us go to the beach. How could you contract let us into one word? What new word would it make? And where would that apostrophe go? So let us becomes let's. When we contract it, the U gets popped out, and to show it's missing, here is the correct answer. So that's it for today's lesson. Tomorrow you can have another practice at writing contractions. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you very soon.